In July 1969, humanity watched two men walk on another world. But for decades, whispers have insisted it was all a lie, filmed on a soundstage. The truth is stranger than the conspiracy. What really happened is buried under myth, misunderstanding, and Cold War desperation. Here are 10 myths about the moon landing, and the darker facts behind them. Myth 1. The waving flag proves there's wind, and wind means Earth, not the airless moon. Conspiracy theorists point to the American flag rippling in Apollo footage as undeniable proof the entire event was staged inside a studio somewhere on solid ground back home. Truth 1. The flag never waved from wind. It moved because a horizontal rod held it out, and astronauts twisted the pole into the ground, setting the fabric swinging. In a vacuum with no air resistance, that motion continued far longer than it ever could on Earth. The stillness itself proves the airlessness. Myth 2. There are no stars in any of the photographs. Skeptics argue that space is filled with stars, so their complete absence from lunar images means the sky was a painted black backdrop in a studio, forgotten by careless set designers who never looked up. Truth 2. Stars vanished for a brutal photographic reason. The lunar surface was blindingly bright in direct sunlight, forcing fast shutter speeds and small apertures. Those settings capture the glaring ground but drown out faint starlight entirely. Any studio faking it would have added stars. Their absence is exactly what real photography demands. Truth 3. Shadows only appear to diverge because of perspective and uneven ground. On a rolling, cratered surface photographed with a wide lens, parallel shadows visually spread apart, exactly like railway tracks converging on the horizon. Recreations under one light source reproduce the effect perfectly. One sun, one hard truth. The geometry is real. Myth 4. No human could survive the deadly Van Allen radiation belts. Theorists argue the astronauts would have been cooked alive, passing through Earth's intense radiation zones. So either they never left orbit, or they died and NASA covered up the entire lethal disaster. Truth 4. The danger was real but survivable. Apollo crews crossed the belts in under an hour on a carefully plotted trajectory, minimizing exposure. Their total dose was roughly that of a chest X-ray, far below lethal levels. The unsettling part isn't a hoax. It's how thin the margin for survival actually was. Myth 5. Stanley Kubrick secretly filmed the whole thing. Because his 1968 film 2001 looks so realistic, believers claim NASA hired the director to fake the landings on a sealed set, and that his later movies contain guilty hidden confessions coded into the frames. Truth 5. Kubrick couldn't have faked it, and the real reason is chilling. The technology to fake lunar physics didn't exist in 1969. Faking it convincingly would have been harder than actually going, and keeping 400,000 workers silent for over 50 years is a conspiracy no one has ever managed. The moon landing was real, but the doubt it spawned tells a darker story about us. It grew from Watergate, from Vietnam, from a public taught never to trust the powerful. And now, with Artemis returning humans to the moon, the myths are rising again. Subscribe, because the truth deserves defending.